On this week's episode, I'm doing a little bow hunting in the state of Kentucky. It's one of my favorite states. It's a one-buck state. I'm hunting one of my buddy's farms. He manages the fool out of this place. He's got some good deer. It's late season. It's the end of the year. He calls me, he says, "Russ, you gotta get up here. I got a buck that's regular. You need to bow hunting." So this week, I'm heading to Kentucky with my stick and string and doing a little bow hunting. Well, each spring we do a little turkey hunting in Kentucky, and I always look forward to the fall to doing some deer hunting in Kentucky as well. It's a one-buck state, and a lot of times these deer, you get to of age in Kentucky, and they can get really, really big. A buddy of mine owns a piece of property. He invites me every year. There's a lot of crop in this area. He does a lot of food as well. He's got several food plots, and he always has some good deer to hunt, and he manages the fool out of it. He's actually killed some big deer on this piece of property. And he invites me each year, and this year was no exception. Only problem is I didn't have any time to hunt until later season, but luckily temperatures cooled off. We got a little snow, and it activated these deer. They got very patternable. You know, they got on feed again, and he's like, "Russ, you need to come up. You need to get your bow. You need to get here. I got some deer that are regular, and we need to get after them." Well, this piece of property is a great place to hunt. It's beautiful. It's got big timber, you know, a lot of hardwoods. He's got a lot of ag on the place, and he also does a lot of food plots. And each year I kind of come up and help him do a little bit with the food plots, and it's pretty neat to see all the work that goes into this and the rewards that come from all this work. He grows great deer each year, and I'm very fortunate to get to hunt there each year. All in all, it's just a great place that's laid out perfect for hunting, especially bow hunting, and I can't wait to get out there with my bow and arrow and get after these deer. Well, I'm in Kentucky, kind of a last minute deal. We just got in the blind. I just got here and we come straight to the blind. There's snow on the ground at the moment, but I don't think it's going to be here long. Next couple days supposed to warm up, it's going to melt. But there are a couple shooters showing up right here out of this blind. There's chicory plot right here. A good funnel that crosses hilltop right here to my left. Bow hunting out of this box, so we're going to try to make it happen this afternoon. Late season, the rut is over. The rut is over, and these deer are back on food. And it got cold the last couple of days. Got some snow, got some ice, got some cold temperatures, and the deer are moving around. So maybe it'll happen this afternoon in the snow. It's been a while since I shot one in the snow, so maybe we can do it. Well, it doesn't take long, and deer start easing into the chicory plot. And it's cold. It's about 28 degrees outside. Some does start filtering out to our left, a young buck in front of us. And then about 30 minutes before dark, a decent buck comes across the field in front of us and starts easing our way. Well, this deer is not a shooter, and he's easing his way to us, and we got the window shut. The wind's marginal. It's kind of at our back, but we feel like if we keep those windows shut, maybe we can get away with it. But as this deer gets closer, right to the edge of the chicory plot, he gets a whiff of us, and he just doesn't want to come out. been fun yesterday. Got smelled several times. Just run every deer that come up here out of the country. But anyway, today's a different day. The deer we're after has been in here of a morning several times. So maybe I can get away with it this morning by myself, so it's tough, especially out of the blinds. It's supposed to warm up today. Like 50-something degrees. So all this snow will be gone today. And then it's going to start getting warm again. I ran some deer off coming in here this morning. That's just part of it. You can't keep from it. So anyway, fingers crossed, maybe it'll work. Well, it looks a little different this afternoon. The snow is pretty much gone. It's about 55 degrees, a little warm. We're gonna get in this blind, the wind's blowing, slip up from behind it right here. It's still marginal, but we gotta try it. He's been showing up every day. Hopefully this won't be right here. Some hair flowing in there. Well, the wind is still marginal. It kind of swirls right here, but these deer are starving coming off that cold snap, so it's warm, but maybe he'll show up. Southeast wind is kind of pushing just like that, and he likes to come out right here. He's been in front of that tacticam several times, filing out into this food plot. But when the snow was here last night and this morning, I did see where a lot of deer was crossing the top of this field. So I don't know where he's gonna come from. I just hope he's hungry and shows up before dark. Nestle in here and see if we can't get him dead this afternoon. Well, the cloudy skies turn into sunshine, and deer start easing their way out into the plot. It's calm, there's no wind, but it's warm. Snow's melted, it's about 55 degrees, but it's a good sign to see these deer so active way before dark. Sure enough, right at last light, I look to my right, and I see our target buck easing his way into the chicory plot. Well, this deer is close, and there's several other deer around us. There's a couple of does around us, and they're very close. So I got to get my bow off the hook, and I got to get this window open that's in front of me, and hopefully, with this marginal wind, they don't smell us, and I'm able to get a shot. Well, this deer is close, and with the angle that he's at, David can't film him on the tripod, so he has to take the camera off the tripod. Well, he gets the camera off the tripod, hands it to me, I set the tripod in the corner. Now the next task is trying to get this window open. Well, we pass the test. We get the window open, undetected. Now it's just to wait on the right angle so I can make the shot.
his lunch, boss. It's too dark. Did you get the GoPro? I think so. I don't know, dude. Can you believe we made that happen? Oh my gosh. Fucking smoked it, is it? Well, I opened the blind window. The damage is done. I smoked that fool. I'm trying to absorb all this. I'm still shaking. I can't believe we made that happen, David, and this blind. We had to get the window open. Wind's blowing right to them. There's a big mature doe there. Another buck's coming up. We just happened to look down, and he pops out of these woods right here. Got the window open, got the bow off the hook, and smoked him. The snow melted today. We hunted yesterday. And we were both cussing, mad at the world because this deer's been so regular and he just wasn't here. But I hunted this morning, saw some bucks and some does, come back to this chicory this afternoon and they are burning it up. And he popped out of the woods right at last light. We got enough light to recover him, and I think I ate his lunch, didn't I? Smoked him. All right, I can see my arrow right down here, right off this ridge. He cut around the side of this cedar, so we couldn't really see him after that. I see that notch going. Blood everywhere. Look at that. Good Lord. Look at that. That's what they're supposed to look like right there. Now we just gotta find him. I don't think he went far. I guarantee he went to the steepest part of the bottom of the hill. Look at that on both sides. Is the light down? No. I just couldn't see. There he is right there. He went further than I figured he would, didn't he? Man, that's a good deer. Look at that hook. That's a nice deer. Let me put this phone. Oh yeah, that's a good deer. I can't tell you how many times I've hung inside. Come out a little further back, didn't you? No. Man. That's a big one. Oh, he's got a kicker. 2 kickers. Look at that buck. Man. Well, a last minute late season trip to Kentucky all panned out, and I didn't think it was going to. I got super discouraged yesterday. It's late season post rut and these deer are back on food, and this deer was very regular. We got in the blind yesterday. It was like 28 degrees, and we spooked a lot of deer. The wind was marginal and the deer were approaching the field awkward and catching us, and so anyway, we didn't have a good hunt yesterday afternoon, and I come back this morning, saw some deer, really cold. But today they were forecasting for about 50 degrees, so I knew that snow was going to melt and the evening will probably be tough. Saw some deer this morning, come back this evening, and we set up and immediately started seeing deer. And they filtered off, and I looked at David and I was like, if they move, if a big one moves, it's going to be late. And sure enough, he strolled right out of the corner of that chicory field, and we had the windows shut because once again the wind was marginal. And we just got lucky. We got the shooting window open. We had a big doe in front of us, and she was getting a little sketchy. And David got on him. We had to film through some glass, but we made it work. And he finally gave me a good broadside shot, and there wasn't any deer looking. Got the bow back, and I smoked him. He went a little further than I thought he would, but I knew the arrow disappeared in the right spot, and we got us a heck of a Kentucky buck. He's beautiful. He's a lot better than what the cameras were showing us, and a lot of mass, and it's pretty cool to kill a deer late season right here on the edge of January. But we got it done with a bow, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but we made it happen this afternoon, and it's a hunt that I won't soon forget. Pretty dang awesome.